Wyn Bowden.
Hey, John.
That is a beautiful truck.
Thank you.
You got full coverage on that thing?
Yeah, hell yes.
So this is not the truck that we're used to seeing you in, and this isn't a demo vehicle. This is your new personal Silverado. Is that correct?
That's correct. That is correct.
So you've been a Chevy driver for a long time.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, your last Silverado was a 2016. Is that
16.
correct? What package did you have on that?
It was an LTZ.
Okay, so you changed it up a little bit this time.
I did.
Tell me why you went with this package, and just give me a little walk around. Tell me about some of the things you like about this new model, and just go from there.
I'll do it. So yeah, like you said, I had a tungsten LTZ 2016. It had the 5.3 in it. It's a great truck. Love the truck. It's actually over on the used lot, so check it out. It'll be the one on the website with the ARE topper on it and all that.
It's for sale.
It's for sale. Got it put on there yesterday. Got this Friday. So what I went with my father, I did a video about my father's truck a little while back.
When normally I would say this isn't your father's Silverado,
But it is.
but in this case it is.
Got the 19, the first edition of this body style, with the 6.2 in it, high country. And what we did with that one, if anybody remembers the video, we put the TrailBoss lift system in that truck. Once and needs.
So the first thing a lot of people are going to notice is this is riding a little higher than a traditional high country.
Yeah.
Tell us what we did there.
So we put on, in-house, in our service department, we put on the TrailBoss Lift Kit on it. So that's all GM parts. We removed the existing high country parts to that and put in the TrailBoss Lift Kit. Did that all in our service department. We were adamant about doing that because it creates, and it still stays in line with the General Motors warranty. Kind of got the best of both worlds. We're actually doing that for several customers. That's kind of, people kind of fallen in love with that. I went with the Z71 TrailBoss with the 6.2 on this one. And this one's as trimmed up as you can go for that truck, okay? So now, the one difference really, the only difference I've done with this one is I put a larger tire on, okay? And if people end up wanting to do that, that's not a problem. Our service department will just buy, the dealership will buy your factory tires that came on it from manufacturing. We'll apply that to whatever tire you want. I wanted a wider and taller wall, more aggressive all-terrain tire. This one in particular, on my father's truck, if you remember from the video, it was the original Nitto Grappler. This is the Exo Grappler from Nitto. It's a cool tire, so I like it. It's brand new. So that's the only difference I did with this as of now. We'll do, we can, as time goes on, I've actually ordered a new topper for this, and a rod holder for it. It's just, they're on back order, and they'll be here, and we'll show that as they come. But as far as the trim level goes, I went with the off-road step on it. I like that it kind of hugs up against the truck. I just like the way it looks. And I usually take the steps off. I usually don't take mine off, but that one hugs up to the body of the truck, and I like the way it looks. So I liked it. Plus being a little taller with the TrailBoss package. Now I have a baby, and my wife is getting in and out of it and putting the baby in and out. So it makes it a lot easier for her too, because she ends up driving this a lot.
So I have a quick question for you. So you had 5.3 before.
Yep.
You've got the 6.2 now. Tell me about some of the things you've noticed. I know you haven't had it for a long time, but what's the biggest difference you noticed? I'm sure this sounds good, but
it does sound great. I've been a GM owner my whole life, so I've either had a Chevrolet or a GMC my whole life, and I had a 2002 Denali XL that had the 6.2 in it. When I lived out west, I was pulling a 3-stall horse trailer often, and so I've always liked that engine, and I wanted to go back to it. So it's definitely it's got significantly more horsepower to it. It definitely scoots, and now what is new to me with the engine is the 10-speed transmission.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. I mean, it just gets up and flies, and it almost is effortlessly transitioning. Making those transition into gears. It's just boom, 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 and going. So I love it. I don't want any hesitation when I'm pulling stuff. which is not as often, but I just liked it getting up on the interstate. I like as much traveling. Being from Arkansas, I go down there often to hunt. So I'm on the road a lot, and I like that feel to get up and go and get around.
So, question for you here.
Yeah.
And once again, this is your vehicle. A lot of people think just because you work at a dealership, you get a demo.
Right.
It's not always the case. This is you're paying for this yourself.
Right.
So, since you could have bought any trim you wanted.
Yeah.
Why did you go with the TrailBoss over maybe an LTZ again, or a High Country, or an LT?
Aesthetically, it's the way I like the truck to look.
Mm-hmm.
And I also thought it was a trim level that could be, as me driving it around and the way I'm going to make it look. I thought it looks neat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bigger demographic of people that can afford this trim level too. It's just more in that sweet spot. I think it was better priced for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to lose some of the amenities that I am used to. So I did trim that up, but it's a more appealing truck to more people, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I went with it. It was just more affordable for me, and so I figured that's why I should go with it.
And of course, TrailBoss comes in 2 trim levels,
Yep.
LT and custom.
Correct.
And yours is the LT. So tell me about some of the features this one has that you like on it.
So what I noticed from my old LTZ, I put a leveling kit on that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great. Leveling kits are great. But now General Motors is giving that aggressive look with the TrailBoss now. So it just rides better. Okay, it just feels better when I'm coming up on like a diagonal turn and it's catty corner. Those transitions are riding much better. But I still wanted to keep leather and the heated seats.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the sunroof. It's got the heated steering wheel. I mean, it's got more stuff than I'll ever need. What they did too, and so I didn't want to lose a lot of those things. I've got the sensors and all that with the parking. As you're approaching stuff, getting close to things, all those sensors going off. I mean, it spoils you.
Oh yeah.
These trucks spoil you, make you accustomed to those things. When you used to think, no, I don't need that stuff, and then after you have it for 4 years, and you use it every day, you kind of rely on it, which is ridiculous, but it's happening.
Because even though you will be taking this off road and stuff and hunting and fishing,
right,
you're still gonna be someone who spends more time on road with it. So with this trim level, you're getting a lot of the creature comforts you wouldn't get on a base model, for instance.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to be able to, clients are always in and out of it, looking at it. I wanted it nice enough for entertaining and going out and having friends, family, clients, all those people in and out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also capable of accommodating my lifestyle, which is spending time outside all the time.
Definitely.
Doing outdoor activities.
So take me to the bed here real quick. I want you to tell me about some of the things that you're going to be doing to this as we go on, because this is going to be a video series.
Yeah.
It looks like you already have your...
I went ahead and put my drawers.
Yeah.
I took the drawers. This is the decked drawer system that we've talked about in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They were in my 16. They fit perfectly right into here. And so eventually the ARE topper will be on here. I'm basically doing the exact same new version that I had on the previous truck. It'll be actually, if anybody saw the video of my father's truck, it's that same topper.
Exact same one.
Same specs, all the lights automatically coming on and hitching here. We'll go over all that when I get it. About the bed on this new one, people will notice that the walls are a little taller. The truck just feels meaner and beefier. Walls are a little taller, and they've improved the step. I mean, it's significantly bigger. It wraps around the back, which just makes it easier to get things in and out of, especially when I have that rod holder that'll be on top.
So you're going with that as well, correct?
Yeah,
okay.
which we put on one of those ranch vehicles that we did. That white 2500 had that river quiver. We'll go over all those, but that's a big improvement. That one I like. The pocket here used to be just right here, and your foot kind of got stopped, but now you can really get it in there easily.
Definitely. So, a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Why did you go with black? You had blue before, just changing it up? Or like,
yeah,
look better?
My father and I are weird. We love black vehicles, and I know that they're hard to keep clean. I know, everybody says it. But there is nothing better to me than a clean black car. It's rare when it's clean. We also want. I like the way it all looks with the wheels and everything. I kind of wanted to go back. I always had a black vehicle until the tungsten, so I'm just kind of going back to my roots. I just like the way it looks. Very Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Yes.
You know.
Very menacing on the highway.
Right.
All right. Well, besides the topper and the rod holder, and of course you put the drawers in there already.
Right.
Anything else you're going to be doing to this truck?
No. I mean, because it's perfect. I don't want to mess with the ride of it.
Yeah.
Getting it any taller and doing aftermarket stuff like that, it just takes it starts chipping away at warranty. I mean, there's fine lines with that stuff, and I think the TrailBoss is the perfect height, perfect stance on the road, and not changing how it feels and drives, and still gives it a great. General Motors always built a great truck that drives great on the highway too. It's just solid feeling, and I don't want to mess with any of that. And I think it's perfect the way it looks.
Of course, and you were smart to wait till 2020 to get that 6.2.
Yeah,
because it wasn't available in this trim level.
And that's the great thing. That's a big difference, that Chevrolet's allowing you to do is you can put it in a lot of the different trim levels of the pickups, which is nice. Eventually, you'll be able to do it in the Tahoe and the Suburban and all that. So that's pretty slick.
Yeah, we got those coming soon too.
When you used it, if you wanted a 6.2, you had to go to Denali. Now you can spec it out the way you want.
I think you can even get on the custom version of this, which is wild.
It's crazy.
Which is good. I mean, I'm a fan of that.
Because people want to be able to pull in the power of the engine, and they don't need all these amenities. So why have to step up, spend all that money to get what you really want? And now you're able to do it.
Exactly. All right, so we have to get back to work soon, but final question for you. You've spent some time with this, and you've been in these Silverados quite a bit. You always say styling is your number one thing that you like about these trucks. Is that still true, or is there something else now that you've lived with one that you like more?
I do love the way it looks. I know. I really do. I love the way it drives. It does have a real solid feel, but not stiff. It's unique. People need to just drive it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I do think that they're putting it all in one now. Where it used to be one, luxury, and you'd sacrifice ability maybe on off-road stuff. Now it's kind of all coming together in a way without having to do it on your own aftermarket. It's all right here from manufacturing, under warranty, all coming together. And again, if people end up really loving all those trimmed up amenities, we can do what we did with my father's truck, which is do the high country, get the 6.2, and then put the TrailBoss lift in it, and it's still all inside GM's world, and they do it all right here in house. Another thing, real quick on the drawers. People might wonder if they are interested in this drawer system. That's nice, just push a button. But the drawers are waterproof, so they're sealed up, and so I'm not worried about all my fishing gear and everything that's in here because it's sealed. Yeah. So if people were wondering, it's all good.
All right, so stay tuned. We're going to be doing a progress video.
Yeah.
You said at the end of August, everything should be in?
Everything should be in. And then we can go on the inside of it too, and just more of a deep dive because we'll talk about all that.
Sounds good. All right, well, thank you, Wyn.
Sean, thank you.
No problem.